Do you often feel a little sluggish or run down by mid-morning? Do you sometimes wonder why you just don't have the energy you used to? Even after you've eaten, it's easy to dismiss it as just part of getting older. A natural slowing down. But what if I told you that the very first thing you put into your body each day, your breakfast, might be working against you, that some seemingly innocent breakfast choices could be silently robbing you of your energy, affecting your focus, and even impacting your long-term health? The truth is, many of us, especially as we get a little older, fall into some common breakfast traps without even realizing it. We think we're eating something decent, or maybe we just grab whatever's easiest, and we don't connect it to how we feel just a few hours later. But the secret to feeling more vibrant, sharper, and having sustained energy throughout your day could start the moment you wake up. It's about avoiding certain common mistakes and choosing foods that truly nourish and power you. In this video, we're going to look at 6 of the worst breakfast mistakes you might be making and, more importantly, what simple, delicious things you can eat instead that will make a real difference. Trust me, it's not about drastic changes, but smart ones. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. So, let's start with the first big mistake. And it's one you might not even think of as a mistake because it's about not eating something. The very first common pitfall for many seniors is simply skipping breakfast altogether. You might think, oh, I'm not really hungry first thing, or I'm trying to watch my weight, or it's just too much bother. But when you skip breakfast, especially as you get older, you're essentially telling your body to run on empty after a long night's fast. Your body needs fuel to get going in the morning. Think of it like trying to start your car on a frosty morning without letting the engine warm up a little. When you skip breakfast, your blood sugar levels, which are already lower from sleeping, stay low. This is why you might feel lightheaded, irritable, or completely lacking in energy and focus. Your metabolism also slows down because your body thinks it's in a period of scarcity, trying to conserve energy. This can actually make it harder to manage your weight in the long run, as you might end up overcompensating later in the day, leading to unhealthy snacking or larger portions at lunch and dinner. Furthermore, skipping breakfast means you miss a crucial opportunity to get essential nutrients first thing in the day. Vitamins, minerals, fiber, protein. Your body needs these throughout the day, and breakfast provides a perfect chance to load up on some of them right away. When you skip, you make it harder to meet your daily nutritional needs later on. Your body is smart, but it works best with a consistent supply of good energy. Skipping breakfast disrupts that consistency and can leave you feeling off-kilter all day. It's about gentle, sustained energy, not waiting until you're absolutely ravenous to finally fuel up. Eating a balanced breakfast signals to your body that resources are available, which can help regulate your appetite throughout the day and prevent those intense cravings for sugary or unhealthy foods later on. Even something small can make a difference. Just to break that overnight fast and get things moving. Now, if you are eating breakfast, perhaps the second mistake you might be making is choosing the wrong kind of breakfast. And a very common culprit here is reaching for sugary cereals or pastries. You know the ones. The colorful boxes of cereal marketed as heart-healthy, but loaded with added sugar. Or the convenient muffins, croissants, and donuts from the bakery or grocery store. These foods are often made with refined grains and packed with sugar. While they might give you a quick burst of energy initially, that's exactly the problem. It's a quick burst, followed by a crash. When you eat a breakfast high in sugar and refined carbs, your blood sugar levels spike rapidly. Your body then releases a lot of insulin to bring it back down, and this often leads to a sugar crash where you suddenly feel tired, weak, and hungry again, often for more sugar. This roller coaster of blood sugar isn't good for anyone, but it's particularly important to avoid as we get older because our bodies become less efficient at managing blood sugar spikes over time. Regularly starting your day with high sugar. Low-nutrient foods can contribute to insulin resistance over time, increasing the risk of type 2 diabetes and heart disease. Beyond the sugar, these foods are typically very low in the things you do need: protein and fiber. We'll talk more about why those are so important in a moment. But for now, understand that without them, your meal doesn't keep you full or provide sustained energy. You digest them quickly. The sugar hits your bloodstream fast, and you're left hungry and unsatisfied relatively soon after eating. Instead of providing a steady source of fuel to power your morning activities, they give you a brief, artificial jolt followed by a slump. Think about how you feel after a bowl of sugary cereal compared to how you feel after a bowl of oatmeal with some fruit or a couple of scrambled eggs. The difference in sustained energy and feeling of fullness is huge. It's not about depriving yourself of something sweet entirely, but recognizing that starting your day with a load of sugar is setting yourself up for an energy slump and potential health issues down the line. There are so many delicious and satisfying alternatives that provide stable energy without the crash. Moving on from the sugary stuff, the third major mistake is closely related to the last one, and it's not getting enough protein at breakfast. This is incredibly important, especially as we age. Many traditional breakfasts, like toast with jam, a bowl of sugary cereal, or a pastry, are very low in protein. Protein is the building block for your muscles, and maintaining muscle mass is absolutely vital as you get older. Muscle loss, known as sarcopenia, can start surprisingly early and can impact your strength, mobility, balance, and overall independence. Eating adequate protein, spread throughout the day, including at breakfast, helps your body repair and build muscle tissue. Think about it. After an overnight fast, your muscles are ready to use the protein you eat to start the repair and rebuilding process. If you skip protein at breakfast, you're missing a prime opportunity to support your muscle health right when your body is most receptive. But protein isn't just about muscles. It's also incredibly important for keeping you feeling full and satisfied. Compared to carbohydrates and fats, protein has a higher satiety value, meaning it helps you feel fuller for longer. This is a game changer for managing your appetite and preventing that mid-morning slump and the urge to snack on less healthy options. When your breakfast includes a good source of protein, you're less likely to feel ravenous an hour or two later. Protein also helps to stabilize your blood sugar levels. When you eat protein alongside carbohydrates, it slows down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream, preventing those sharp spikes and crashes we talked about. This leads to more stable energy throughout the morning and reduces the risk of developing insulin resistance. So, while those refined carbs might give you a quick, fleeting energy boost, protein provides sustained energy and helps regulate your body's response to the other foods you eat. Think of protein as the foundation of a good breakfast. It supports your physical strength, keeps you feeling satisfied, and helps keep your energy levels steady. Without enough protein, even if you eat something, you're likely missing out on these crucial benefits. And your body and energy levels will thank you for making protein a priority in your first meal of the day. It doesn't have to be complicated or require a lot of effort. There are many simple and delicious ways to get more protein onto your breakfast plate. And we'll dive into some specific examples of what you should be eating in just a moment. Now, continuing with essential nutrients often missing from typical senior breakfasts. The fourth common mistake is not getting enough fiber. Just like protein, fiber is a powerhouse nutrient, and most people, regardless of age, don't get enough of it. For seniors, adequate fiber intake is especially important for a few key reasons. First, and perhaps most commonly known, fiber is crucial for healthy digestion and preventing constipation, a very common issue as we get older. Fiber adds bulk to your stool, making it easier to pass, and helps keep your digestive system running smoothly. A high-fiber breakfast can really set you up for a comfortable day. But fiber does so much more than just aid digestion. Like protein, fiber, particularly soluble fiber found in foods like oats, beans, and some fruits, helps slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream. This means steadier blood sugar levels, avoiding those energy spikes and crashes, and contributing to better overall blood sugar control, which is vital for preventing or managing conditions like type 2 diabetes. Fiber also helps you feel full and satisfied for longer. It adds bulk to your meal without adding many calories and stays in your digestive system for a while, signaling to your brain that you're not hungry. This can be really helpful for managing your weight and preventing overeating later in the day. Furthermore, a high-fiber diet is associated with a lower risk of heart disease, certain types of cancer, and can help lower cholesterol levels. So, when your breakfast is low in fiber, perhaps just white toast or sugary cereal, you're missing out on all these incredible health benefits. You're also more likely to feel hungry again soon after, leading to less healthy snack choices. Incorporating fiber into your breakfast isn't difficult. It's about choosing foods like whole grain bread instead of white, adding fruit to your yogurt or cereal, or choosing oatmeal instead of a refined grain option. Every little bit of fiber added at breakfast contributes to your overall daily intake and supports your long-term health and comfort. It's a simple change that can make a profound difference in how you feel and function throughout the day, from your energy levels to your digestive comfort. Moving on, let's talk about what you're drinking with your breakfast. The fifth big mistake many seniors make is washing down their meal with sugary beverages. We often focus on the food on the plate, but what's in the glass matters just as much. This includes fruit juices, yes, even 100% fruit juice, sweetened coffees or teas, and other sugary drinks. While fruit juice contains some vitamins, it's essentially fruit sugar without the beneficial fiber of the whole fruit. Drinking a glass of orange juice can cause a blood sugar spike almost as quickly as drinking soda. A standard glass of juice can contain as much sugar as a candy bar, but because it's liquid, it doesn't fill you up at all. You get all the sugar and calories with none of the satiety or fiber that would help manage that sugar load. Sweetened coffee drinks, lattes, or even just adding several spoons of sugar to your regular coffee or tea also contribute a significant amount of empty calories and sugar first thing in the morning. These liquid calories don't register with your body's hunger signals in the same way that solid food does, meaning you consume a lot of sugar without feeling any fuller. This not only contributes to blood sugar problems and energy crashes, but also adds unnecessary calories that can lead to weight gain over time. Furthermore, relying on sugary drinks for a morning boost can become a habit that's hard to break, leading to a cycle of sugar dependence. Your body gets used to that quick sugar hit and craves it, even though it's not providing sustainable energy or nutrients. The best drinks to have with your breakfast are water, plain coffee, or plain tea. If you prefer milk, plain milk dairy or unsweetened non-dairy is a much better choice than a sugary beverage. Adding a splash of milk to coffee or tea is fine, but be mindful of adding heaps of sugar or flavored syrups. Learning to enjoy the natural flavors of coffee or tea, or simply staying hydrated with water, is one of the easiest and most impactful changes you can make to improve your breakfast habits and overall health. It's amazing how much hidden sugar lurks in beverages, and cutting them out at breakfast is a simple step towards more stable energy and better health outcomes. Finally, the sixth breakfast mistake we see too often is including too much processed meat. Think about breakfasts that heavily feature bacon, sausage, ham, or other cured or processed meats. While they might taste good, these foods come with several downsides, particularly for older adults. Processed meats are typically high in sodium, which can contribute to high blood pressure, a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. They also often contain nitrates and nitrites, preservatives that have been linked to an increased risk of certain cancers. Furthermore, these meats are often high in unhealthy saturated fats and cholesterol. While dietary cholesterol isn't the villain it was once thought to be, excessive saturated fat intake can still negatively impact heart health. Relying on processed meats for your protein source at breakfast means you're getting a package deal of protein wrapped up with excess sodium, unhealthy fats, and potentially harmful additives. There are so many healthier sources of protein available that offer just the beneficial protein without these drawbacks. Eggs, for example, are a fantastic, nutrient-dense source of high-quality protein. Plain yogurt or cottage cheese are excellent options. Even plant-based proteins like beans, nuts, or seeds can be incorporated into breakfast dishes. Choosing these less processed protein sources over bacon, sausage, or ham significantly reduces your intake of sodium and unhealthy fats, supporting better heart health and overall well-being. It's about making conscious choices that swap out the less healthy components while still ensuring you get that essential protein we talked about. It's not necessarily saying you can never have a slice of bacon, but making it a regular part of your breakfast routine is a mistake. Prioritizing whole, unprocessed protein sources is a much healthier approach to starting your day. These 6 mistakes: skipping breakfast, eating sugary cereals, pastries, not enough protein, not enough fiber, sugary drinks, and too much processed meat, are incredibly common, but thankfully, they're also relatively easy to fix once you know about them. Small adjustments can lead to significant improvements in your energy, your mood, and your long-term health. So, we've talked about the 6 mistakes: skipping breakfast, loading up on sugary refined carbs, neglecting protein, skimping on fiber, drinking sugary beverages, and relying on processed meats. It might sound like a lot to avoid, but let's flip it around and talk about what you should be eating instead. The core principle here is building a balanced breakfast centered around protein, fiber, and healthy fats, while minimizing added sugar and refined carbohydrates. Think of it as giving your body the right kind of fuel to run efficiently all morning. For example, instead of skipping breakfast entirely or grabbing a donut, why not try something simple like a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt? Greek yogurt is packed with protein, much more than regular yogurt. Add a handful of berries for fiber and antioxidants, and maybe a sprinkle of nuts or seeds for healthy fats and a little extra protein and fiber. This gives you protein for muscle support and satiety, fiber for digestion and blood sugar control, and healthy fats for sustained energy. All in one easy dish. It's a complete turnaround from a sugar bomb or nothing at all. If you prefer something warm, oatmeal is a fantastic choice, but how you prepare it matters. Skip the instant, flavored packets which often have added sugar and very little fiber. Instead, choose rolled oats or steel-cut oats. Cook them with water or milk, and then add your own toppings. Mix in some chia seeds or flax seeds for extra fiber and omega-3s. Stir in some protein powder or have a side of eggs. Top with fruit and a few nuts. This provides complex carbohydrates from the oats for sustained energy, plenty of fiber, and if you add protein and healthy fats, you create a truly balanced meal that keeps you full and energized for hours, avoiding that mid-morning crash you get from sugary cereals. Eggs are another breakfast superstar that directly addresses the protein mistake and helps you avoid processed meats. Scrambled, boiled, poached, however you like them, eggs are a complete protein source. Pair them with a slice of whole grain toast, checking the label to make sure it's truly whole grain, and not just brown bread and some avocado for healthy fats. Or a side of sautéed vegetables like spinach or mushrooms for extra fiber and nutrients. This is a classic, simple breakfast that provides excellent fuel without the pitfalls of processed meats or refined carbs. Even if you're short on time, you can prepare healthy options. Overnight oats made with rolled oats, milk dairy or non-dairy, yogurt, chia seeds, and fruit can be prepped the night before and are ready to grab from the fridge in the morning. A hard-boiled egg is portable. A handful of nuts and a piece of fruit is better than nothing and provides protein, fiber, and healthy fats. The key is to make a conscious choice to include these beneficial components. Replacing sugary drinks is perhaps the easiest change to implement. Simply switch to water, unsweetened tea, or plain coffee. If you need a little flavor, a squeeze of lemon or a splash of unsweetened almond milk is fine. You'll be surprised how quickly your palate adjusts, and you won't miss the syrupy sweetness that was only serving to give you a temporary jolt followed by a crash. The beauty of focusing on protein and fiber is that they work together to provide lasting energy and satisfaction. They help manage blood sugar, support muscle health, aid digestion, and keep you feeling full. By making simple swaps, plain yogurt for sugary, whole grain bread for white, oats for sugary cereal, eggs for bacon, water for juice, you transform your breakfast from a potential health saboteur into a powerful tool for feeling your best. It's not about being perfect every single day, but about making these healthier choices the norm. These alternatives taste delicious, are easy to prepare, and provide your body with the nutrients it truly needs to thrive as you get older. Thinking about your breakfast in terms of building blocks, protein, fiber, healthy fats, helps you assemble a meal that will support your energy, focus, and overall health throughout the morning and beyond. It truly is a simple yet profound shift that can make a world of difference in how you feel day in and day out. So, we've covered the 6 common breakfast mistakes: skipping the meal, choosing sugary cereals and pastries, neglecting protein, not getting enough fiber, drinking sugary beverages, and overdoing it on processed meats. And we've talked about the power of building your breakfast around protein and fiber with healthy fats, looking at examples like Greek yogurt with berries and nuts, oatmeal with healthy toppings, and eggs with whole grain toast and avocado. Putting this into practice doesn't require a complete overhaul overnight. Start small. Maybe this week. Focus on adding one source of protein to your breakfast every day, whether it's an egg, a small container of yogurt, or a handful of almonds. Next week, try swapping your white toast for whole grain or adding a piece of fruit to your meal to boost fiber. The week after, make a conscious effort to drink water or plain tea instead of juice. Small, consistent changes are often the most sustainable and lead to lasting habits. Remember, fueling your body well at the start of the day isn't a luxury. It's an investment in your energy, your mood, your focus, and your long-term health. As we get older, our bodies might have different needs or be a little less forgiving of poor choices, but they are still incredibly resilient and responsive to good nutrition. Providing them with consistent, quality fuel in the morning is one of the most powerful ways you can support your vitality and independence. Don't get discouraged if you slip up occasionally. We all do. The important thing is to understand why certain foods aren't serving you well, and to have a plan for what to choose instead most of the time. Having those healthier options readily available, plain yogurt in the fridge, a bag of oats in the pantry, a carton of eggs, makes it much easier to make the good choice. Especially on busy mornings. Feeling energetic, sharp, and strong isn't just for younger people. You absolutely can and should aim to feel your best at any age, and the food you eat plays a huge role in that. Starting with breakfast, by avoiding these common mistakes and making mindful choices to include protein, fiber, and healthy fats. You are taking a powerful step towards a more vibrant, energized, and healthy life. It's about nourishing your body so it can support you in doing all the things you love. Whether that's spending time with family, pursuing a hobby, staying active, or simply enjoying your day. We'd love to hear from you. What are your go-to healthy breakfast ideas? Have you made any changes to your breakfast routine that have made a big difference in how you feel? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your ideas might inspire someone else. If you found this video helpful and want to learn more about simple ways to boost your health and well-being as you get older, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We share practical tips and information to help you live your best life. Thank you for watching. Remember, making small, positive changes to your routine, like upgrading your breakfast, can make a massive difference in how you feel each and every day. Live your best life at every age.